Okay. Head to, hold on, let me fix my mic 1 second. Not Discord, what am I doing, bro? Wake up, wake up. This. Almost there. Sorry. Okay, cool. Here it is. So, right now in the game, this is for the VoIP multiplayer fucking spell casting wizard magic game. Something like this. Okay, PvP. We have a listen server on the left and then the client on the right, but they're both technically clients. I had an issue. We have 3 spells right now. We have a magic missile. We have, oh my god. Okay, that's the problem with that spell point blank with 2 clients. Fireball. Magic missile. That's loud because he's looking at the ground right now and it almost killed him. Recover. Recover. Alright, so you can heal too. Recover. Recover. Uh-oh. Fuck! Oh, he's dead. That's why he can't die. And I can check. No, not that. Hi. He's dead. Okay, I was wondering why I wasn't healing. Okay, cool. Everything works. So here it is. There are 2 players. They can both cast spells. He shouldn't be able to cast spells. I haven't implemented being dead. I just know that he's dead. He can't heal because he's dead. Fireball. That spell is created on the server because another actor is created, and then it's just set to be replicated, so it exists, and it has its own Niagara that's created in its own blueprint, so everything is easy to replicate. Fire Blast is another spell, and he can't die because he's already dead. That's another one, same thing. It's created by the server, it exists in the world, it's automatically replicated. You can just check, replicate, boom, it's good. It has its own Niagara, that's done in its blueprint, so you don't have to replicate it. Cool. Same thing, replicate. I guess replicate was close to recover, and that happened because he's full health, or because he was in full health. Recover, that won't happen because he's full health now, because he already has 100 HP. So, and then the magic spell is just a bunch of the fire sphere spell. So, the problem was that invisibility was not working it wasn't being replicated because I hadn't replicated it yet. And I also hadn't replicated recover and fireball. Invisibility. Recover. So you come out of invisibility if you cast a spell and it actually works. This guy's still invisible because, oh, I don't know why that, that's why I said invisible again, and then yep, see, there it is. And then he went invis. I was wondering, it just reset his timer. In the game, when there's a cooldown, you won't be able to just accidentally say it and recast it because you have a cooldown. You can't just spam it. Maybe, I'm not sure. I haven't thought about it yet. But these now replicate. I had to figure out how this whole RepNotify, run on server, multicast, all this crazy stuff goes. And I had to create a bunch of little functions here that do things. Basically, these 3 guys are easy because it simply create a thing on the server, done. And the thing replicates, nice, meaning the actor that you're creating. Cool. But for invisibility and for recovery and healing, it was harder. I had to understand. So if I want to create some sort of if I want to update someone's values, or if I have a player that is the host and has a client, and when he heals, I want his values to update, but if anybody else heals in the game, I want their values to update, but on his machine so that his machine knows how healthy other people are. But on another side, on a client who's not the host, when he gets hurt, his health needs to update. When he heals, it does. But so do other people. So how do we do this? Where do the values actually get updated? Well, the answer is they get updated on the server. Make them get updated in one place. So health, invisibility, opacity, target invisibility, opacity, gets updated on the server, and the server changes it. So the server figures out the health from the player and from the spell. It finds the health that the spell will heal, adds to his current health, sets it, and updates the health. The server runs a timer to, oh, you're going invisible for over a 3-second little smooth period, because you don't go instant invisible because that would just be busted. Like, you could cast fireball, then there's smoke in front of you, and you cast invisibility, and if it was smooth, you would still be visible, and the guy would be able to see you kind of through the smoke, slowly dissipating. But if you instantly disappeared, fireball would be your cover, and it would just be, everything would be busted. If you get behind a guy and you instantly cast invis, then you're just gone. Maybe that's fun. Maybe I remove all this. I don't know. But I like the idea that you have to concentrate and slowly, you have to go invisible. You don't just fucking disappear, right? I like snapping now. So we have timers and whatnot that are all, I used to have a multicast because everybody, all clients, your computer and my computer. I don't like saying clients. I like saying game instances. Your game instance and my game instance needs to update the invis to see everybody. So how does everybody update everybody? How does my client update my character's opacity and yours and his all at the same time at different times? How does it all happen so that when I'm on my client, you're invis when you're invis on your client, and I'm invis on mine when I'm also invis on yours? Everybody is all synced up. Well, we could say, server, you do it all, and then send that all to clients. The problem is you're sending a lot of information to clients, and it's cluttering up the network. Really, it's not cluttering it, but it's using the network, and you would like to just have the local machine do as much of the manpower as possible, as much of the processing. Right? So we say server. All you need to do is calculate the values, okay? And then clients will get updated with this onRep event. This is an event that gets called whenever the value, or whenever the object, whenever the variable, same thing, gets updated when it is set to RepNotify. So because target opacity is set to RepNotify, whenever it is set anywhere, all clients will have this function call. And maybe I want to check to have it only happen sometimes. But like, for example, on rep health, when your health goes down or goes up, I want your visuals to update. So if I'm getting healthier, I want the blood to start to go away. If I'm getting more hurt, then I want more of the blood to go on the screen, more of the redness. So yes, I want to update everybody's health properly. I want to get those values here. But I also want to update my own visuals only. So if you get damaged, my visual doesn't change. But if I get damaged, my visual does get changed. But if you get damaged, I still know that you're damaged in the game. My game instance knows how hurt you are, so that I don't get something like, I kill you on my screen, but you're not actually dead. Or you're actually dead, but you're still alive on my screen. Everything needs to be synced up. So on rep, this is kind of where the understanding is breaking down. When my character, the one controlled by my game instance that I am moving around, the one that's controlled by this player controller on this computer, the one that I'm moving around, only when mine has its health get updated do I update the health widget. Only mine. That's it. But I still want to know the values of damage. And I'm able to know that because health is an object that is RepNotify. So all the clients get it, and there's also local stuff. So this being RepNotify is kind of like saying, hey server, you go and update the health, and then call a multicast event to also tell everybody else that the health is updated. But instead, it's all just one thing. This is basically saying, update all clients with the values. So update health for all game instances to see, and call local logic, health widget, and update health widget only if local, something like that. So the server initiates everything and determines the health, determines the opacity. The server is running this that is determining the opacity, but everybody knows the opacity because it is replicated to everybody with RepNotify. And in RepNotify, we're also updating the invis too. So the invis is the stuff, the onRep stuff is what my client itself is doing. but it's also receiving info. So I don't want the server to have to call some multicast event. Well, actually, and maybe it doesn't matter. The point is, apparently it's the best practice for things that need to happen now, one particle effect to happen right now. When the fireball happens, you need the fireball explosion to happen right then, the Niagara, whatever. In the recover spell, we have this Niagara stuff going on. It needs to happen now. We need all clients to get it at the same time. So what do? We say, hey, server, you figure it out and then update everybody, because the server is the one who can update everybody. So server, update everybody. Server, call the multicast and update everybody, okay? But we don't have to update everybody explicitly with a multicast for the RepNotify part. We can do that just here. And really, I have a RepNotify because I also want some local shit to happen. If I just want everyone to get it, I could set this and have this be run as a multicast thing too. But I don't need to. Doesn't matter. And whenever we're doing damage anyway, the server is doing the calculations, so it's fine. So I guess that's it. My understanding is decent. It's okay. I'll say it's okay now. Basically, server starts something, starts all my spells. If we go here, every spell I have starts with the server. These guys are already replicated perfectly because the server creates a thing. Everybody sees the thing because it's created on the server and it's replicated. Awesome. Invisibility, the server does all the heavy lifting for these timers. The local stuff is not done here at all. None of it. The only thing that is whenever the opacity is updated, a little bit of stuff happens locally where the actual visuals get updated. So, and these could be done multicast. These could all be done multicast. These could all be done RepNotify. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. I could just add this logic in the RepNotify part for the health, so every time you do that. But I don't want that because every time I set the health, you're not recovering. You're not casting this heal spell. Every time I set the health, we need to update your visual, but I only sometimes want these particles to happen. So I could create like a Boolean here and set it to B is recovering, set to true, and then we call this, and that's RepNotify, and in the notify function is this. So everybody locally does the Niagara and updates all the characters. I update your character to see the visuals, and I update mine too locally. And then, so instead of multicast, I'm still doing it the same way. Either multicast, the server tells everyone to do it, or the server updates the value, which just automatically triggers that stuff locally. I think it's similar, but maybe it's less intensive on the network. Here, multicast needs to happen because it has to be instant. Apparently, there are some timing issues, maybe, with RepNotify, where not everything can be, it doesn't all sometimes perfectly sync up, allegedly. But if you're updating values a whole bunch, apparently it's better to use this, because the info is going to get there at some point, maybe not instantly. But when I have visuals that need to happen instantly, we do multicast instead. So now everything works. Do a little testage real quick. I'm going to respond to my buddy in a second here. Okay. So we have two characters in here. Fireball. Fireball. We can all see each other's spells. Fire Blast. Oh, I was looking. Okay, that was interesting. I'm not super sure what happened. Maybe it's something that needs to be fixed. Magic Missile. That's just 5 of the fire sphere spell, I'll say. Recover. We both see each other's particle effects because it is multicasted. The health gets updated first, and then the server says, hey, everybody update whatever guy, like this guy just healed. Let's say I'm full health. Recover. Recover. Everyone's full health now. We can't recover anymore. Doesn't do anything. Fireball. So now only this guy is hurt. This is my game instance. I'm over here. I'm in fucking Brazil. I'm over there. whenever you cast recover, you tell the server, find out my health, and it updates your health. And then it calls a multicast event to tell everybody to do the particle effects and create them local, which means the particle effects over here on one side are not the same as the particle effects over here. It's the same thing being created, but because particles in Niagara are created randomly, it's not going to look exactly the same on everybody. I don't know where recover came in, but if you say a spell right now and you keep talking, it delays when the spell happens. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I think bad for now, but that's it. So we can fight each other. Fireball, fireball, fire. Oh, I forgot that 2 hits would kill. It's normally 4, but because we're both together, his hit me and mine hit him. And so each time, or actually his hit me and mine hit him, so his hit me and him, and mine hit him and me. So we're both getting hit twice each spell. So we did it twice, so we got hit 4 times total. We're both dead. It's 120 damage. Doesn't matter. So recover, we can't heal. I don't have a thing that makes it so invisibility can only happen when you're fully healed. Fireball. We can exit it early. Invisibility. Magic missile. Invisibility. Fire blast. Cool. I mean, that's it. Invisibility. Recover. Recover does not bring you out. You can see the delay there because we can't heal. So, because we're dead. I should probably add a check, and I will really fast to, let's see. If you die, you come back, but you can't start going invis if you're dead. So we should check some bool action. Is the health, what was my check before to make sure you're not dead? Just make sure we're not dead. We have to make sure it's greater than 0. Sure. So we'll say little branch action, greater than 0. If true, we'll do this. Boom. And we'll say only go invis if not dead. Cool. But you can come out of invis if you're dead, and if you cast a spell instant. So the only time you can't is when you can't go invis when you're dead. Fireball, fireball, invisibility, fireball. That took me out. Invisibility, invisibility. Yeah, see, I'm dead. Okay. Oh, fireball, invisibility. Oh, was I just not dead before? Did I get the math wrong? I thought I'd already said I'm dead, but maybe not. Oh, maybe I need an indicator on the screen to show that, hey, you're fully dead. Fireball, 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 fireball. Invisibility. Okay, cool. You can't go invis. And we could say, if it's false, have like a little print. Can't go invis because dead. Last little thing, it kind of looks like junk. We'll do, I'm gonna move these guys over. And we'll just put this guy here. Okay, push. Cool. Hug it out. This is fine. This can be short. Okie doke. I think that's cool. Alright, last check. Oh, well, I didn't wait long enough for the menu to appear for others. Fireball, 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 fireball. Invisibility. Bum. Oh, I thought it was going invis. It's like when you're looking at a color like that, that's at this funky opacity, it makes it look like maybe it's slowly going invis, but it's not. What do we do? Can't go invis if dead. cleaned up invis comments. That's fine. Cool. Okay. Go away.